Hey everyone, my name's Kerry Daigle. Welcome tonight to the Keep Punching University Call. Tonight is going to be a really good one that I really feel all of you are going to enjoy. I guess I have a couple of questions for you. Number one, are you interested in the rich rewards of the Juice Plus company? More freedom. I wrote this down because I didn't want to miss anything on Debbie Swanston, our keynote tonight, and the lady that I will be speaking to. So with the Juice Plus company, more freedom, more fun. How about more money? How about more travel? How about more appreciation? And this can only happen when you attract leaders who will make the decision to treat this company, your company, like the $1 million business it is. And that's definitely what Debbie Swanston does. You can only attract leaders, however, when you become one yourself. So whether you are what I call a budding leader, you're on the way up, or you're one committed to ongoing self-development, this is for you. This calls for you. So Debbie Swanston maps out a brilliant journey for leadership and its upcoming success for everyone that's listening in. So many of you have probably met Debbie. Some of you probably have not. And then those of you who have met Debbie probably don't know Debbie. A lot of people don't know her background. So we're going to cover that a little bit tonight, Debbie, if you don't mind. In fact, would you mind sharing a little bit about Debbie Swanston before you joined the Juice Plus company?
Well, sure. Thank you so much, Kerry, for asking me to be on tonight. And thank you all for being on this evening. And I hope that something that I share tonight, you will take with you and apply it to your life, or just simply keep it as a little bit of a nugget, perhaps, to use in your future. And I don't know how far back you want me to go, Kerry, but I've been with the Juice Plus company for 11 years. And so to think back before Juice Plus, it's getting harder and harder for me to remember what life was like without these products and without this community. Kind of to go really quickly, I had some things happen early on in my life that, looking back, this journey has actually helped save me from, not to go into great detail, but as a 10-year-old, I was actually diagnosed with scoliosis, and I had to wear a brace for 16 hours a day for the next 6 years. And so during that time, a lot of things were affected. My self-esteem, my self-worth, my identity. I struggled, and I became really shy. I didn't really like talking to people. I was very insecure. And so through the years, God has done a lot of healing in me, both physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and has brought me to where I am today, which is in a place of I'm able to now help other people who may have struggled, not necessarily with that same situation, but I have overcome a lot. And I credit a lot of that healing to this community and being a part of this journey with the Juice Plus company. So I don't know if that's how far back you wanted me to go, but there you have it.
I'd like to know a little bit more about your professional background, maybe your education, where you went to school, any work experience. What did you do?
So right out of high school, I got a degree in marketing through the University of Houston, where I'm from. And I didn't really know what area I wanted to focus on, honestly. I never saw myself in a traditional business necessarily. I got into event planning I started working for Dave & Buster's, and I did their corporate events. And that's actually where I met my husband. And then we ventured onto Lake Tahoe. We moved to Lake Tahoe, and I worked for a resort there, and I did sales and marketing. Yeah, that's it. And then I also worked for a nonprofit called CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. And I did recruitment for them. So I recruited volunteers and helped with their development.
Okay, it makes a lot of sense now because you really enjoy marketing. You definitely enjoy what we may call recruiting or sponsoring because you love bringing new people in the business. So it all fits. I get it. I get it.
It does fit, doesn't it?
Well, let's move now into your Juice Plus journey. Okay. How did you hear about Juice Plus?
So we heard about Juice Plus from our pediatrician. At the time, I had a 2.5-year-old who was picky, and he was struggling with illness. And his immune system had been compromised because of having to be on antibiotics for the first 6 months of his life. And I was a tired, desperate mom looking for ways to bridge his nutritional gap. I always knew the value of fruits and vegetables, and I knew that he wasn't getting enough. I thought the answer was a vitamin. I grew up taking vitamins. And our pediatrician, he said that he didn't really like most vitamins that were out there. They really didn't really do much good. And he recommended Juice Plus because it was literally the next best thing to eating fruits and vegetables. And so that made total sense to me. And I got our kids started right away. So at the time, I had our 2.5-year-old, and then I had a 1-year-old as well. We got both of them started on Juice Plus, and I knew that it was going to do good things for them, but I really had no idea to the extent to which that was going to be true. And within a few months, my 2.5-year-old picky eater independently went to the refrigerator one day, grabbed a bowl of chopped up lettuce, and went back to his little cartoon he was watching and just started eating that bowl of lettuce plain. And I just thought, what on earth is happening to him? And I knew that this was actually getting into his body, and it was helping him to crave those foods on his own, which was the easiest parenting hack that I had ever had. And so it took me a while to realize that I had the same nutritional gap that my kids had. But once I realized that, then I knew that our whole family would never go a day without Juice Plus.
Well, interestingly, okay, it makes a lot of sense about your love for Juice Plus and the product. But let's now move and forward a little bit about the business. When did you join and become a partner?
It's actually 11 years this month that I joined as a partner. And it was really just because I knew our whole family was going to be adding Juice Plus to our diet. And so it made, it made sense to get paid back on our orders. So I signed up, but I had no interest in the business whatsoever.
Now, when you signed up, was it immediately after being a customer, 2 weeks, 2 months, 6 months? How soon after being a customer?
Well, it was 3 years since our kids had gotten started on Juice Plus, but it was when I decided to start adding Juice Plus to my diet, that's when I signed up as a partner.
So it was approximately 3 years after ordering your first Juice Plus products. Interesting. Mm-hmm. You know what's really interesting? It kind of brings back some memories. When you signed up as a partner, your support system, Andrea Bond Heinzen and Juliana Lee, called and said, you've got to come over to Texas and you got to meet this new girl we signed. And I remember going there. I think you might have been in the business a couple of weeks, and you wanted me to meet a physician that you wanted to sign up. And I remember riding with you there, and I'm thinking, you asking me 1,000 questions. I'm sitting down with you and the physician, and I looked at you and I asked you a couple of questions, and you just took it over. I mean, you were like, it seemed like you were in the business for 2 or 3 years. You were just on top of this, very smooth, and just delivered the message. And I was sitting there, honestly, like, why am I here? This is incredible. I remember calling Andrea Bond and calling Juliana and saying, and Mickey, all three, and saying, you know, this girl is going all the way to NMD. Y'all can just book it. She's got all the material. Now, in saying that, what was your wow moment when you made the decision and you said, word for word, I am going to make NMD and beyond?
Yes. Well, the actual moment was, well, I guess there were a few moments, more confirmation, each moment that I had. But really what happened for me is I just started connecting the dots, that, you know, I wanted to be home with our kids. At that time I had 3 kids. They were all 5 and under. I wanted to be home with them. I thought that was important. My husband thought it was important. I also wanted to contribute financially to our family. At the time, my husband was the sole income earner, and the more kids we had, the more expensive life became. And so the more pressure really was put on my husband. So I really wanted to find a way to contribute financially. And I just really decided through talking with other people that had been in the business longer than I had, that it was smart. It was just plain smart to leverage my experience with these products to help make a positive impact in the lives of others while building an income stream for our family. It was a no-brainer. I wish that it had clicked sooner, but it didn't. This was my journey, my path. And so the dots, I just started connecting them all. I got to know Andrea and Juliana a little bit better. I didn't know either of them when I signed up as a partner. I also attended my first conference, and I heard stories of women just like me, that had very similar stories, situations. And I built my belief through these other people that had gone before me. And I don't know if everyone is like this, but when I make a decision about something, I guess this is why my dad used to say I was stubborn, but when I make a decision about something, there's not much that can change my mind. And so going to that conference, sitting in that room, I made a decision that day and I never wavered. And one of the reasons that I never wavered was because of this amazing community, and you, Kerry, and you, Mickey, and my entire support team was there saying, yes, you can do this. And we are going to believe with you the whole way. And I could not have done it without you. And that is the most beautiful part of what we get to do with this business, is we get to come alongside, we get to be supported, and then we get to turn around and support others. And it is just one big pay it forward business. And I love it.
Well, you kind of answered this question in a sense that I have. I just wrote it down. You left a Voxer message earlier today. In fact, earlier this morning, and it was incredible. I sent it to everyone. I mean, corporate distributors here, Canada, Europe, everywhere, Mexico, you name it. I sent it everywhere. And I said, you need to listen to this. I was telling everyone, you have to listen to this message. And in the message, you can feel the love you have for building team members more than anything else. What is the attraction there for you?
I feel like it's the opportunity that we have through this business to simply help develop people. I just believe, my heart of hearts, that we are all meant to grow from the time we are born until we breathe our last breath. We are meant to be growing. I don't believe that for anyone there is ever an arrival point where we have grown all that we can possibly grow. There's even studies that have shown that keeping our brains active, by stretching ourselves mentally and physically, staying in community, doing purposeful work, all of those things help to increase longevity and the quality of our lives. And, my own growth with just life and with this company, I have to give that back to other people. And, a lot of times people will see this as, well, this is an opportunity to sell a product, or this is an opportunity to make money. And, I think Jay Martin is just the most brilliant man ever, because he saw beyond that. He saw that, yes, we can share these products and we can be proud of earning an income by sharing these products and by making a bigger impact. But through all of that, guess what happens? We grow. We get out of our comfort zone. We, have these dreams that happen that we never thought possible. And these aren't just pipe dreams, these are real, impactful dreams that all of us are experiencing by being a part of this community. And the opportunity to develop people it's just something that God has planted in my heart. And the fact that I get to do this alongside, making an impact with these products, getting to meet thousands of the most servant-hearted humans on the planet, I just truly, truly feel like we have struck gold with this company.
Well, I have to compliment you. You've got several young ladies in your team that are really rocking right now, doing quite well. Now, I know you speak a lot about Luminate. You call it your joy product. Mm-hmm. And why is that? What do you see as the future of Luminate?
Well, I think that Luminate, the timeliness of it is beautiful. I feel like it's breathing new life into our company, into our business, into our relationships, into our customer, our interactions with our customers. And, Kerry, I know you talk a lot about just being relevant, and I feel like, you look on Instagram, watch the news, whatever you want to do, but brain function, energy, focus, those are all things that are trending topics right now. And they're things that people are seeking more of. They're realizing that their brains are stretched beyond what they should be. Their schedules are hectic. And they're just putting more and more pressure onto their routine. And I feel like this is that breath that you can breathe when you drink it, because you have this incredible focus and energy. And my husband is a big music buff, and I don't even know who sings it, but that song, Pure Energy, he will drink his Luminate and sing Pure Energy around the house. And it's really quite funny. But it really, I just feel like this product is going to propel us as a company. And we are able to talk to new people who might not be open to Juice Plus right now. We can talk to them about Luminate. We can talk to them about essentially immediate results. And when we do that, we build their trust, we form relationships with those people, and then we have an opportunity to talk about our other products that have more of the long-term effects. And so it's such a win-win. Our team is having a lot of fun with it and doing taste tests and just just having fun, which that in and of itself is breathing new life into our team.
Well, you've been very creative in creating some different types of events. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw you and Juliana doing even a hat event of some type. What was that about?
Oh, well, it started off quite selfish, actually. I've been wanting to get one of those little hats, like I don't know, cowgirl looking hat. But I just haven't been able to find one that I like. And so I met a friend, and that's her business. She goes and sets up all these hats and she helps design them for you. And so I thought, well, what a fun way to experience healthy living. And I actually looked up some facts because I thought, how can I weave this all together? And of course, talk about Juice Plus, but also have hats, how do those two connect? And we got to be really creative, picking different aspects of our hats. And so I looked up the health benefits of being creative, and there's tons of health benefits. And so I got to share that. And it just reminded me just what an opportunity we have with this company. We don't just talk about Juice Plus and just talk about the research, although it's amazing to talk about, but we get to weave in all these different aspects of healthy living. And we get to bring people together in community. Right before the Zoom, I actually had a call with someone who's going to help me do some fitness classes here in my neighborhood. And she was so excited to learn. And she's actually coming to my watch party event tomorrow night. So the possibilities are just endless. And that's really why we all need to be sharing this opportunity with people, because you don't know, maybe one of your neighbors has some experience or knowledge about some aspect of healthy living that could help you to make a bigger impact in more people's lives. So it's truly endless. And I love what our company is doing this summer around events, because I love events.
Well, you definitely love events. Your events are so creative. They're very fun. It looks like you're having a party every time you have an event. It's like
we are.
It's like a big party. And I think Mickey told me this today, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand you had lunch with someone today. You brought them lunch and you made them a Partner Plus today. Yeah. And that's a normal thing for you. So, I mean, I'm not surprised at all how you operate, but that was a little fun, wasn't it?
It was so much fun. And, I think that's another thing that we as a community, we need to be meeting more face-to-face with people, because the truth of the matter is that if people really stop and learn about our products, about our opportunity, about the research and all the things, it's really hard for someone to walk away and say no. It really, really is. And so, yes, it took time to meet with this couple today, but it was so worth it. And they are equipped, they're excited, and they're even talking about how to put this in to their businesses.
Wow. Just never know. And you just continue to prospect each and every day. And it's just fun kind of listening and watching what you're doing, because I kind of tune in, because it looks like, let me see what kind of party Debbie's having right now. I don't see event, so I want to see what kind of party she's having. So we've just got a great door opener with Luminate. I have to agree with you there, positively. Great door opener. Now, Debbie, if you had to give, and not putting you on the spot, but let's say 3 tips to building to NMD, what would those be?
Okay. I think the first would be to identify and get super clear on how achieving NMD would impact your life, and get as specific as you can. So for us, the medical benefits package, just the income that I knew that would come from having that size of a business, Getting to see the opportunity to develop a team. But I got really clear on what making NMD would mean for our family, really specific. And so I think that's really important because it is a journey and it's not necessarily always going to be easy. And so when it starts to get hard, you have to know why you're continuing to show up. And if you're not clear on what that NMD milestone is going to mean for you, then you're probably not going to have what it takes to get there. The second thing is to share the business opportunity with everyone and multiple times. So again, I believe that we are all made to make a positive difference in the world. And what better way than to impact people's health in a positive way? And so when you share the business opportunity with someone, they may or may not see that the first time you share it. But if you continue to share it and you continue to help someone see how this business can really impact them personally, not how it's affected you or impacted you, but how will this make a difference for them? Maybe they want to build community. Maybe they love to be around people, and being a part of this company could enable them to be around more people, so sharing the business over and over and over again. I have this customer that I believe 150% that she is already part of our community, but she is a customer right now. And I have had the conversation with her probably, 15 or 20 times. And we laugh about it now. And her answer is always, I believe that what I'm doing right now and Juice Plus could really mesh well, but it's not quite my time. And that's what she says. And so we have this understanding that I'm going to continue to share it, and she's going to continue to be okay with me sharing it. And one of these times I share it, she is going to say, you know what? I believe that what I'm doing and Juice Plus can mesh, and the time is right now. And I'm not going to quit sharing it with her. So I'll keep you posted on when she says yes. And then the last thing I guess I would say, and Kerry, I'm stealing this from you, just never quit. You told me that the first time I met you, and I have tucked that away, and I have held on to that with everything that I've had. And it really does make a difference. The only way to fail in this business is to quit, truly.
Wow. That's interesting. In closing, Debbie, if you were sitting right now, which you did today, evidently, with a first-time looker at our business, what would you tell him or her?
I think I would ask them just to dream a little with me. When I got started with this business, I had kind of stopped dreaming. I kind of thought life is just going to be really hard financially for our family. And so I had stopped dreaming. But this business and this community allowed me to dream again. And so I would ask them if they would dream a little, and I would ask them that if time or money was not an issue, how would they want to be spending their days? Usually my experience is that people are just not allowing themselves to dream big enough and to see what's possible for whatever reason. They might have been brought up in an environment that they haven't been able to dream, or they haven't had the resources, or whatever that reason is. But this company has given our family our ability to dream again, in a significant way. And so I would really try to get to, that what what is that dream that you have tucked away? Because I believe everyone has it. And then I think from there, I would tell someone, I am here to help paint a vision for what this is going to be for you. And I am committed to believing in this vision for you, while you build your own belief. I think that's really special and important, for what we do. I think it's important that we paint a big vision for everyone. Not everyone's going to see that same big vision, but if we paint it for them, and then we show them the way that we're going to help them get there, I just think that's really special and a privilege, that we have.
Wow, great information tonight, Debbie. We really appreciate all your wisdom, actually. There's something I learned here just from visiting with you personally, and there's two things, really. There's two qualities that I've noticed all true leaders share, like yourself. And one is they put their people first, which is what you do. And two, they are incredibly enthusiastic. So you fit both of those bills. That's exactly what true leaders do, and that's what they share. And you share that tonight very eloquently, and we do appreciate that. And for those of you that are listening in too, there's something that Debbie, you also said about meeting live. Keep in mind that technology has changed our business tremendously. These Zooms are like a commercial. It's to prepare you for the live events where the action really happens, as the one that happened today for Debbie Swanston, as she sat with a prospect, brought him lunch, and made him a Partner Plus today in that first meeting. So here's your commercial. Zoom is your commercial. The business I come from in promoting large events on national TV, we do a lot of press conferences. Consider this a press conference. It's a pre-press conference and it's a post-press conference, depending on what's going on Zoom. And then from there, of course, we're moving into the live events. And live events could be 5 people, 8 people, 10 people, or in many cases, 100 to 200. So it's so well said, Debbie, everything that you brought out tonight. I mean, just really through the wisdom of actually doing these things versus talking about doing them. So we appreciate you so much. Mickey, I'm gonna turn it over to you. You stop the recording anytime you want. Any final comments?
Thank you, Kerry.